But long-term success matters just as much about execution and consistency and showing up as the creative edge.
You want to be a YouTuber? Great, make a video right now. Right now, take out your phone. I'm filming this from my phone. What's your excuse?
Ideas don't work if you don't execute on them.
Rise and shine!
It's Entspresso time!
Hey, Believe Nation, it's Evan, and every morning I bring you a shot of Entspresso to help you believe in yourself more and start your day with confidence. So good morning, grab your coffee, I believe in you, let's do this. Over to you, Brendon Burchard.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Big biases I had that were wrong. And you're not gonna like this one, and no one's going to like it. But creativity is not strongly correlated with high performance. I would have, 3 years ago, I would argue. I mean, I would have been passionately argued against, because I'm a creative.
Yeah.
This is my life. I write, I train, I speak. That's what I would have argued forever. I've designed all the covers of my books.
Yeah.
I mean, I dork out about design. I design all my web pages. I believe that creativity must give the edge, and it does give an edge in certain circumstances, for sure. But I interviewed a Fortune 50 CTO, Chief Technology Officer, unbelievably high-performing people. Their stock's off the roof, but what he said, he goes, Brendon, I'm not a creative person. My team isn't particularly creative. But long-term success matters just as much about execution and consistency and showing up as the creative edge. The creative edge might get you in the game, because remember, high performance is long-term success. Mm-hmm. We're not studying initial success. It's very, initial success, grit, creativity, originality, all these things, very important. The spark that gets you in the game, for sure. But even Jim Rohn said, motivation gets you in the game, habits keep you there. And creativity as a habit, the spark that might be called original creativity, it might only happen for us every 2 to 3 years. So that's not sufficient. We got to show up on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Execution is more important, as an example. So we talk about the kinds of creativity that actually matter, but it's not strongly correlated almost across all industries. And I would have completely argued with that.
Dummies are winning off of your idea. Dummies, people with less talent, less heart, less skill, less of a desire to do good, less of a want or need to make an impact, are winning off of your idea. And you're not. Why? What's the difference? They just got started. They did it. They executed. How many companies have you looked at their products or services and you said, I could do better. I could do better than that. And yet they're off winning and you're still sitting on the idea. The difference is they just did something about it. We get locked in our heads, especially super creative people. And I'm a recovering perfectionist myself, so I get it. I still hold myself back from doing some things, which is a constant battle that I'm trying to fight with. I think everybody's trying to fight with. The difference is the ability to say, I've got a great idea, this can work, I'm trying to do good, and then to actually start doing it. I look at Zandaman as an example. He's in my Movement Makers program, where we train twice a week with awesome people who want to build a movement. And he was joining me on my YouTube live gaming stream, and we were talking about doing Instagram lives. I think that more people need to be doing lives. You need to be going live with your message. You need to be spreading what's in your heart and get it out to the world, because you have a message that can help people, right? Zandaman does, you do too. You've got a message that can help, that can serve, and you're sitting on it. And even if you're doing a little bit here and there, you're still sitting on it compared to your potential. You're still not doing as much as you know you can, know you should, know you're capable of, and it's selfish. It's selfish because that means your message is not getting out there into the world, is not impacting people, and in some cases not saving lives, because you're just stuck, because you're afraid, because you're stuck in the details and trying to be perfect all the time. So Zandaman joins my live stream, and we talk about him going live on Instagram. Like, Dan, you got to go and do Instagram. Oh, I don't know how to do Instagram. Great. So that's a good enough reason? Right? The fact that you don't know how to do something is a good enough reason, right? These are the stories, the loops that we get caught up in. You could solve anything. It's like, okay, great, I'll show you how to do it. Let's go right now. And while I was live streaming on my YouTube channel, we had him get set up on his first Instagram Live. It's like, okay, go on Instagram Live. And we connected and said, here's the first person. Somebody else who was in my live stream was gonna be the first person that he coaches. Zan does confidence coaching. So I said, okay, if you wanna make money, if you're a coach, guys, if you're watching this and you're a coach, the number one hack right now for coaches that you need to be adopted into this year, next year, is live coaching. Don't just make talking head, a video like this, where I'm just a talking head, right? This is a talking head thought leadership video where I'm ranting into the phone and sharing my thoughts and opinions. It doesn't mean that you're gonna be a great coach. The best thing to do if you wanna make money coaching is show me you coaching. And whatever you wanna make money doing, show me the process of you doing it on camera. So if Zane wants to sell coaching services around confidence, he needs to be coaching people on confidence. It's the best way for him to do it, more than the talking head video in his car on his whiteboard. So we lined up somebody. It's like, okay, go live. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. You know, I'll. That's a good idea. I'm gonna start doing that next month. Next month? What? No. Right now. What do you mean next month? We're starting now. Right now. I'm pausing my live stream, and you're gonna do your live stream, right? Like everybody on my live stream here on YouTube, we're gonna pause my gaming so that you can start your Instagram Live right now. Okay? I don't know how to do that. Great, I'll show you how to do that. Click this button, go to Instagram, right? Click the plus icon, right? Click the camera, flip it, click stories, flip it over to live, click live, press the button, right? And then how do I bring somebody in? Great, okay, you see the little face, click the face icon, click on that, they'll show you who's watching live. Click on that person's name, invite them to join. Step by step to eliminate the excuses for why he can't take action. And Zan is a massive action taker. But we all fall into these traps. We all fall into these traps of why you can't do something, of the excuses we built up, of the reasons, the super logical reasons that totally make sense for why we can't take action. Meanwhile, somebody with less resources, less heart, less desire is off winning just because they started, because they didn't burden themselves with all the reasons why they can't win. That's the only difference. These people who are winning with an inferior product or service, not as much heart, are winning because they didn't burden themselves with the excuses and limitations for why they can't do it. So Zan just did it. Instead of waiting until next year, instead of waiting until next month, today he went live, right? He went live that night. He's gone live more since. It's like, this is fun. Yeah, of course it's fun. How long are you gonna wait before you figure this out? And it's the same thing for me, it's the same thing for you. So a couple of hacks, like how do you get out of your own way? How do you take action? How do you move into that zone of execution? Couple things. One, trust your bold ideas. Trust your bold ideas. When you're feeling bold, when you're feeling powerful, when you're feeling confident, and you get this idea, I want to do this thing, I want to launch this thing. Great. Trust that idea is actually the best you talking to you. That's what you should be doing. And then the rest of your time, your brain is telling you why you can't do it and talking you down from the big ideas because it's designed to keep you safe. Your brain wants to keep you safe. Your brain only understands a world that currently exists. Your heart can create something brand new that's never existed before. So when you're feeling bold, powerful, confident, unstoppable, those ideas that come to you are actually the best for you. Trust those ideas, even though they don't make sense yet. It doesn't make sense for Zan to go on Instagram. He's never done it. He doesn't have the skills. Who's going to show up? Like all these reasons that are totally valid reasons for why he shouldn't do it. It doesn't make sense logically, but we're building something new, and building something new isn't logical. It has to come from your heart. It's emotional. So that's why you have to start to trust your bold ideas. Stop questioning them, stop judging them, stop asking if you're good enough, and just do something about them. I want you to shortcut it. Idea to action. Idea to action. You got an idea, you're gonna do something about it. If I'm thinking about somebody, I email them, I message them. Why am I thinking about them? I don't know. It happens a lot. I'll think about somebody that maybe I haven't thought about in 4 years, but all of a sudden I'm thinking about them. Great, what's my next? I'm gonna go email them and ask them how they're doing. It's never backfired. It's never said, hey, I hate you, Evan, never message me again. And sometimes it leads to something, sometimes it doesn't. At worst case, it was a touch point. And at best, it leads to starting businesses together. Just because I thought about them and I sent them a message. And if I didn't do that, if I judged it, this is what we do. We get an idea and then we judge it. We plan, we get an idea, we plan, and then we start judging. Like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I haven't talked to this person for 4 years. Maybe I shouldn't do this. And then you get caught up in life, and then you never take action, and you're stuck in this loop of not getting to where you want to go and constantly judging your ideas instead of just executing on them. Especially for creative people. I'm super creative. I love creativity. But as soon as we start to judging our creativity and if it's going to work or not, that's when you start to lose. That's the thing that holds so many creative people back. You're judging yourself too hard. You need to just put it out there. Create, trust your bold idea, right? So step 1, trust your bold idea. Step number 2 is what I call the 2% difference. The 2% difference is as soon as you get an idea, you focus on the first 2%. Don't worry about planning to 100%. Don't worry about having the perfect plan of how you're going to see yourself in 10 years and how it's all going to line up. That's a great thought exercise. We love doing it, especially creative people. We love imagining the world that could be. You close your eyes and you can make whatever world possible. It's amazing to live there. But it doesn't matter until you actually do it, right? So instead of planning to 100%, you focus on the first 2%. What's the first 2%? What's the first thing you can do right now? You want to be a YouTuber? Great, make a video right now. When? Right now. What do you mean right now? Right now, take out your phone. I'm filming this from my phone. What's your excuse? Get your phone and make your first video. What do I say? Don't worry about what you say. Speak from the heart. Make your first video. We get caught up in the perfectionism instead of just releasing. The 2% difference. So what ends up happening is we get our big, bold idea, and then we spend our best energy planning. You spend your best energy planning, thinking, planning, strategizing, researching, and then you wake up the next day and say, I can't do that. Look at that. I can't do that. That thing, I can't do that. I'm not good enough to do that. And then we talk ourselves down. Where what you need to do is instead of spending all that time planning, is actually doing. It's taking that first 2%. It's not that planning is not important. It is, but not at the beginning. The biggest thing you're missing isn't planning. You're probably a fantastic planner. The biggest thing missing is momentum. There's not enough execution. You're not doing enough. Writing a business plan, researching doesn't count. It's not action. Watching this video is not action. It's why I always say in these videos, I want you to, what's your plan of action? What are you gonna do? Because if you just get motivated and then you don't take any action, you're again stuck on the brake and the gas at the same time and never moving. The only thing that will end up mattering is the execution, the momentum. So trust your bold ideas. Stop judging them. Stop finding all the reasons why it can't work out and just shortcut that. You get an idea, find the first 2% to just take action on it. To just do it. It's one of the best things you can teach yourself. Because as long as you're caught up in the cycle of self-criticism, of perfectionism, of not being good enough, you never create the life that you want. And that is depressing, in that you know you have a lot more potential and then you never realize it. But it's also selfish in the fact that your gift, your creativity, your message never gets out there to the world, never impacts people, never touches lives in a way that you can. Because your message can reach people in a way that Brendon Burchard can't, in a way that Carmichael can't. You can do that. You don't believe that you can do that, maybe not yet, but you can. You have these moments where you believe that you can. You have these moments where you feel it's possible that I could do that. Yeah, I do have a message that matters, it means something. I could do that. You don't live there nearly enough, but you know that you could be doing more. And it's in those moments that you actually do something. This is when you take that shift forward. It's by actually doing something. When you feel like you could do it, when you feel like you could make videos, you feel like you could be a thought leader, you could be a singer, you could be a XYZ. When you feel that, do it. Make your video, post your song, make that call. Stop researching, stop planning, trust your bold ideas, and execute on the first 2%. And if you do that consistently, your whole life will change. Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, it's time for the question of the day. I wanna know, what was your single #1 takeaway from this video, and how are you going to take action on it this week? The science says that when you get motivated and create your plan of action for specifically how you're gonna take action on the idea, write it down, when, with whom, how you're gonna do it, you have a 91% chance of actually following through versus just 35% if you got motivated but never actually created a specific plan. And when you share your plan publicly, you're much more likely to follow through, even more, to a higher degree. So I want you to get a result. Not just watch YouTube videos, but to get a result in your life or in your business. So down in the comments below, I want to know what was your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action. Put it down below because I want to celebrate you.
Listen, humans are built to serve. Some people are built to serve the world, others want to serve the 25 people closest to them. But in either case, humans are built to serve. So if you're not happy right now, it's because you're not serving enough. You got to pick up this book because it's so inspiring to remind you that we're all here to contribute, to make a difference, to make an impact, and this is your field guide for that.
The reality is, reading a book or going to a conference or having a great conversation where you get this golden information, that's all fantastic. But what makes mastery is execution on the ideas, not the ideas. And so no idea works unless you're willing to roll up your sleeves, do the practice, invest the time, put in the effort, do the work. I think we've all observed a lot of people who they love reading the books. They love showing up at the courses. They do all the online training and nothing ever changes. And they say, well, you know, I don't know why it doesn't change, why my life doesn't change, why my thinking doesn't change, why my performance doesn't change, why my relationships don't change. Well, it's because ideas don't work if you don't execute on them. So if you look at the great business builders, you look at any great performer, one thing that makes them great is their grit. One thing that makes them great is their hunger to practice. One thing that makes them great is they are willing to sacrifice. I mean, yes, they're passionate, but did you know the root of the word passion is suffering? You've got to be willing to suffer for your vision. You've got to be willing to suffer to reach BIW, best in world. You've got to be willing to suffer the ridicule and laughter of your critics and your cynics to get to a place called world class.
If you want another awesome Brendon Burchard Entspresso clip, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Most people don't have a calendar.
Achievers schedule their success.
What is batching? To explain it in simplest terms, we can talk about laundry.